All right, ladies and gentlemen, someone is still wondering how compounding works. People keep on texting me, calling me, hey, John, money market funds, you normally say that they normally do what? Compounding. And then they ask me now, what is this compounding? What is so much unique with compounding now? To answer all those questions, today I've decided to come up with an illustration whereby we are going to compound 100K for just 10 days. And this particular video is aimed to explain what is compounding and what it normally entails. Remember, I normally use formulas here, but today I'm going to go step by step on a daily basis, so that wakati nakwambianga the frequency of compounding is 365 days or daily. Now I'm going to do it in the longer method so that you can understand better. And we are going to compound 100,000 for 10 days, and then we are going to see at the end of 10 days how much we will be having. All right, for the next 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are going to get something out of this video. Now I have a calculator here. I guess and I suggest that you should grab your own calculator, because here we are going to do some calculations. Now let's dive to the business of the day. Now we have days on this column. We have opening balance or balance brought down on this column. We have annual interest on this column, that is 11.5% per annum. That is annual interest. So to get the interest of the day, we are going to divide this one by 365. Then we have the interest earned. Of course, this is interest of the opening balance. And then we have the ending balance and the cumulative interest. If we'll have time, then we are going to get the cumulative interest to see how much interest we have. And now let's start. Now we have an interest. Remember, our opening balance is 100,000 because we are on day one. So we are going to take 11.5% divided by 365. Of course, this one is 0.00032. All right, that is 0.00032. Now remember this, ladies and gentlemen, to get this is 11.5%. You divide by 365. Then if you convert into decimal places, you are going to get that figure. Now, assuming this 11.5% is going to be there and is not going to change for that for the next 10 days, it's going to be 11.5% per annum. It is not going to change for the next 10 days. So we are going to be multiply 0.00032, that is 0.0132, 0.12332, 0.12332, 0.12332. Yeah, it's not a must I write all of them. You get what we are doing. Now multiply 100,000, 0.0032 times 100,000, you get what we call, now this is 32. All right, now so interest earned on day one is 32 shillings from 100,000. Now add this 100, so you get 100,032. All right, so the opening balance is here is 0.32. Then you multiply, this is 100,032 multiply by 0.00032 is equals to 32. Of course, it's almost the same, but this one is 32.01. I'm going to make it into two decimal places. Then add this one plus 100 0.32. This one is 100 0.64. 100 0.64. Of course, here we are going to have 100 0.64. Then times 0.00032. Then 32.02 again. 32.02. Then you add plus 100 0.64. You get 100 0.96. 100 0.96. Then again 100 0.96. This is compounding and how it works, ladies and gentlemen. If you follow this, you are going to understand how compounding works. In previous videos, I normally use formulas, but today I've just decided to do it in the long method. So if you multiply this one by 0.00032, this is 32.03. 32.03. Remember, this is cumulative interests, assuming that the interest rate is not changing. So if you add this one to this plus 100 0.96, so you get 100 128. 100 128. So opening balance here is 100 128 on day 5. Then you multiply 0.0032, you get 32.04. Then if you add plus 100, 100, that is 100, 128, you get 100, 160. 100, 160, then opening balance 100, 160, then multiply by 0.00032, then 32.05, 32.05, then multiply this one by, then you add plus 100, 160, you get 100, 192, 100, 192. You already got the pattern there, 100, 192. If you multiply this one, you're going to get 32.06. Then if you add this one, 100, 192 plus 32.06, you get 100, 224, 100, 224. So you open here 100, 224. If you multiply this one, you're going to get 32.07. Then if you add plus 32.07, you get what we call 100, 256. 100, 256. Then you open balance here, 100, 256. Kindly confirm if I'm still okay. I might have lost the track. Now, if you multiply this one by this one, you get 32.08, 32.08. The reason why these ones are changing with a very negligible amount is because the interest rate is not changing. If the interest rate could be going up and down, then we could see the interests changing. But if it's not changing, then it's going to remain the same. All right, the interest and is going to remain. It's just going to change because of compounding. It's going to change with a very negligible amount. Now, 100, 256, you add 32.08, that is 100, 288. Yeah, 100, 288. Now, look at this, 100, 288. You open balance here, 100, 288. Then if you multiply this one by the interest, this is 32.09. Then you add 32.09. This is 32.09. So you get 100, 320. Let me remove this. 100, 320. All right. That is our calculation. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you mean here? After doing all that calculation, it means from day one, when you started with 100,000, when you are coming to day 10, your ending balance should be 100,320 shillings. That means you have accumulated the interest of 320 shillings. Now, if you do this cumulative interest is from 32 shillings, 32 shillings, then you add this one, 32. This one is going to be 64.01, 0.01, and so on and so on and so on. And then at the end of day 10 or day 10, you are going to arrive to 320 shillings. So in 10 days time of compounding, you have actually earned yourself 320 shillings as interest. That is what we mean by compounding, ladies and gentlemen. But to avoid all this work, because imagine these are just 10 days only. To avoid all this work, that is why we normally narrow this down into a formula that is going to do all that work. All right. Now, if your money market fund, the one that you are investing in, it's not going to give you something like this, because when you invest in a money market fund, should be transparent enough to show you how they normally calculate their interest daily and how the interests changed and how the ending balance look like and how it is compounding on the following day. That is how money market funds should behave. And that's why I like Etika Money Market Fund, because this is what they normally do. If you invest in Etika Money Market Fund, you'll be getting something like that. The company has not paid me anything to advertise them, but I'm just saying what I've been seeing, what they normally do, and it's very good for the sake of transparency to see how the interest rates are changing. Now, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope now you've understood how a compounding interest works, and that is it. There is none other way of explaining it. Ni hivyo tu, just believe it or not, that is the way. All right, thank you so much. If you want to open a Etika Money Market Fund, go to my profile, click on the link there. You will see a ticker something. Click on the link, open account, start investing as low as 100 shillings. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. See you in my next video.